The Unfiltered by Jade.
Jade. Welcome to the Unfiltered by Jade, where we get out of the box and dive into topics that are sidelined. I look forward to entertain, educate, and inspire. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, donate, and make everybody know about this.
Beats by RB Records.
Shopping assistance, your style, your budget. Our services include online and local shopping for individuals and businesses, personal shopping, purchasing of company and office supplies, importing and exporting small packages across Jamaica and worldwide, and helping you find unique gifts and items for all events and occasions. Contact us at 876-919-5195 or shoppingassistance2015@gmail.com. Shopping Assistance, your style, your budget. Welcome back to the Unfiltered by Jade. Today we have with us here Davine Butler. We're going to speak to her about her being a screenwriter and producer and so much more. Davine is an author, a minister, a screen script writer, a film director, and the co-CEO of Bloozick Multimedia. So hi, Davine.
Hi, Jade. Thank you so much to have me here again.
Yes, thank you so much for being here again. I truly enjoyed our conversation that we had previously.
Yes, I did.
And I'm excited about this one because this is in my field. So I'm excited about it. First of all, I want to know, what is a screenwriter and a producer? Who is a producer?
Well, a producer is actually the person that sees a project as it relates to whether it is a radio program, a TV program, who sees the project from the beginning to the end. So they make sure that the script writers and the director and the film and everything comes together. They also have to be there with the editors to make sure whatever it is that they want to get out of the production, to make sure everything is intact and everybody works together and see the end result of the whatever production it is that they're working on.
Nice. But how is it that you decided to become a screenwriter and a producer?
A screenwriter. Well, that is kind of like in stages, because how I really started out loving writing overall was my grandmother. I grew up with a grandmother who was very much into, us performing in the church and any little concerts. She would write these poems, and I fell in love with poetry very early. So I started writing, and then with having going on stage and acting, because I thought when someday I would have been one of the best actresses out there, because I started loving the whole drama and everything. And then later on, my cousin, I had a cousin by the name of Novelet. She was the one who really introduced me to the whole concept of being an author, writing. And because she would write these stories, and she would, as they would say, use me as a guinea pig, and she would sit me down and she would read these, and I was so in awe when I listened to the stories that she wrote. So that's where that love and that. And when I went to high school, because I said it was in stages, when I went to high school, I became a part of the drama club. So we would go out and we would enter drama festivals and all of that. So all of that came together, and with the writing and the love for acting and drama, and I couldn't get away from it. So I'm always constantly writing. Everything that I would see, it is a story for me. I would just make a story out of it. So, and then at some point I met my husband, and he was into film and photography. and we started talking about, what exactly we wanted to do. And he wanted to have a recording studio and do films and stuff, and of course I wanted to write the stories. So so let's just say that was a perfect combination. So that's how I started, and that's how the love developed. And I believe that, as I said, I couldn't get away from it, because all my life it was just about the stories and writing. So it became a natural thing for me.
but the funny part of it's, Davine, you're in the
Hmm.
background.
Yeah.
You're in the background most of the time.
Yes, yeah, because as a screenwriter, no, it's just like you're watching one of these great movies. Nobody's really thinking about the producer or the screenwriter. They are just looking at the imagery. So
True.
everybody's thinking about the director, they're thinking about the cinematography and it, but nobody's really thinking about the
Who is writing
screenwriter.
the script?
Yeah,
What's
who's writing
happening
the script.
behind?
So we're and it's for me. I'm okay with the background. I mean, I had a pretty hard time, tussling with the Lord when he was trying to push me up to the front, writing book and trying to get me to be at the front. But I'm okay with that, because as a creative person, I love to see when all of that all
Comes
everything
together.
comes
Yes.
together, and you see the complete work, and you're going, wow. That's to see people smile, when I see, sometimes I'm in certain places and I see some of our work and like people laughing, like I was in the bank one day, and I saw one of the commercials that I wrote for this company came on, and everybody was just looking up on the screen, and when it finished and persons were laughing, and I was like, man, that's my work.
Yeah, I mean, but,
So
but you do a good job, because the screenwriter and the producer is the
yeah.
one that put a lot into it. So I mean, it
Hmm.
pays off. Whether people see it
Yes,
or not, your work pays off.
it's
And
true.
the
It's
and the truth is also,
hmm.
when people see that work, they probably wonder who is the person who did this,
Yeah.
because of the artistry that was put into it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, man, you're doing a great job at
Yeah. Yeah, we try.
that. What are some of the challenges that you have faced, and how did they turn into positives?
I guess the hardest part, it was more at the beginning, because we're there's this term now that people are using called bougie.
Mm.
Sometimes we want the who's who.
Ah,
If you don't have a certain name, and if you don't have a certain this and that, who are you? I mean, who's this company, or who's this Davine? We haven't heard
mm-hmm,
about her before.
mm-hmm.
So you have to be in a place where you're trying to prove yourself, and not prove yourself in a kind of bad way, but it's almost like you have to constantly be pushing yourself, because you have the naysayers, and you have the persons who will not give you the time of day, unless they see on a certain platform, or because
Right.
so that in itself really helped me, because it wasn't just about trying to get my name out there, but it also helped me to improve my craft, because the
Yes.
more I worked on what I had to do, the more I just see more things flowing, so just by looking at a bottle, a whole concept just come to mind, when one time, it would take me a longer time to get a whole concept together. So it really pushed me, in the way to help me to be better at my craft. And that's pretty much what came out of that. But people are not so welcoming if you don't have a name. Now is the
Oh,
time
I
that a
know
lot
that.
of people now is the time a lot of people are saying, oh, Bloozick, because we are working with international people, our stuff are out there more, and now it's the time that everybody want to jump on the boat to say, oh yeah, I know of Bluesick, I know of Arif, I know of Davine, you know and
But
mostly Arif though.
it's how can I say this? You have been
Mhm.
doing this for years.
Yeah, yeah, long
So what
time.
what this also says is that sometimes people can be doing things for years before
Mm-hmm.
people start hopping on, but because of the consistency that we
Exactly.
have seen and the good work, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a testament to many people who decide to go in, especially creatives. We
Yes.
go into
Yes.
things and we expect that as you go in, it should blow up
Mm.
immediately.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes it takes years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we were there. We were putting in the work because the truth is, when we started out, we really started out doing recording. Arif was into more music recording, and we started changing out because the presentation, especially among the gospel artists, it was really bad.
Oh, I know this.
And what we started doing was, we were the first company at the time who started to have artists, especially local artists, to print instead of use one the markers and write the name on CDs at the time
Mm,
and taking it to radio stations and stuff. We were the first one to brought in one of those printers that you could print the CDs,
right,
actual
right,
printing, and started working on the gospel industry to have a better presentation. Even with the videos that we started out doing, we were actually the first production company to really start doing these type of videos. And I want to tell you that even the secular artists and the persons in the secular field begin to pattern some of the work that we did in the gospel industry,
right,
even though we work on both ends. But for me personally, I work more in the gospel industry. Arif is
right,
more broader with his work.
right, right.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's just consistency and good work
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
actually pays off.
Definitely.
And the combination of you doing producing and screenwriting, those help you to be a better person,
Oh yes.
you,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
produce better work.
Hmm.
And as I said, if you see a bottle now, probably a couple years ago, it would take a longer time for you to come up with a concept. When you see a bottle in no time, you come up with a concept
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
of how the mind works and how creative you have become and
Yes.
how putting things together. So that's also very good.
And it builds character.
Ah, okay.
It builds character because you can't just get up as you like. And when you have a timeline, when you have people work in front of you, you have to make sure that you do excellent work. Excellence is the top of the list. No matter how small the budget is or how big the budget is, it's all about doing excellent work. And because of that, it keep you in that place to make
Right,
sure that you treat people, no matter what level they are or whatever field, no matter who they are, you treat them with excellence. So it also helps to build character in you. So that's what it does for me. And I, as I said, just help help me to be even more creative day by day. Right
and it
now
helps.
I'm
Hmm.
working on another book. We're working on a film. So it just nonstop. If you don't mind, sharp, sometimes I can't sleep when I can't when I get a concept in my
Yep.
mind. I have to get up and I have to write and write and write until I feel like, okay, I let out all of that. Now I
Hmm.
can sleep.
Yes,
Hmm.
I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that totally.
Hmm.
And it also helps you to learn how to work with different people.
Yes, 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 it does. Because, as I said before, you have some clients that are very easy. They're chilled. They're saying, "Oh, this is what you write something," and I say, "Oh yeah, I love that," and stuff. And then you have some of them, no, I changed this, change that. They're
Hmm. Hmm.
they're not easy at all, and for no
Hmm.
reason.
For
Sometimes
no
some little
reason.
things that they want to change, and sometimes you change it, and they come back and say, you know what, all right, put back that, but you said I was supposed to take it out. Yeah, but no, when I look back at it, I want it back in there. So
Hmm.
sometimes you feel like, certain
Yep. Hmm. Hmm.
you have to take some deep breath and say, okay, And then there are times when you have to say to them, say, look, if you're going to do this amount of change, it's gonna cost you.
Yeah, it is gonna cost.
It's gonna cost you.
It's gonna
So,
cost.
so you're correct. It really helps to help you to deal with the different type of clients that you're gonna have and people in general.
Yes.
Hmm.
people in general. Is it
Yeah.
a skill or is it a talent?
I'm going to say a talent that developed into a skill. Can I
Nice.
say it?
Yes, you can.
Can I say it in that way? Yeah. Because as I told you earlier about how it started, it started out as this talent. I love this, and then I had to build the skill set.
Hmm.
Because at the time when the talent it was just a talent, it was just vague. I was acting on in drama club, and I was just writing these little poems. But later on, I had to put in some work to develop that talent into a skill.
Yes.
So that's how I would put that, a talent that developed into a skill.
Awesome. I
Hmm.
mean, I hear the kind of excitement that you have for this. It's something that you really, really love doing.
Yes, I do. I love
I
it.
can hear it.
Hmm.
And it reminds me of my passion also. It's something that I love doing. And it really does help to, as I said, build character and
Hmm.
help you to, as an individual, to deal with everybody around you because there are different
Yeah,
characters that you have to deal with, you have to manage.
exactly.
And sometimes you have to remember, okay, this is work, this is not personal.
And that's one of the biggest thing you have to learn.
Hmm.
Not to
Hmm.
take things personal,
Don't take things
because if you
personal.
do, it pulls you out of being a professional.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
if you,
yeah.
so you have to, as they say, roll with the punches. Not to
Hmm.
leave yourself exposed and let people treat you any way. You have to have a standard.
Yes.
You have to have a standard, and people have to know, boundaries. However, at the same time, as it relates to the different personalities and how people, express themselves, you have to, be open to that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. That makes for good business, being open to
Yes,
it.
definitely. Hmm.
I want to tell you again that you're doing a great job.
Thank you so
If
much.
no one told you recently, I'm telling you, you're doing a great job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I know you and your husband have been working hard for how long
Yes,
to
yes,
get
we
to where
are.
it is, and it is getting there, and y'all doing the thing.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
doing
have
it.
to. We have to. And then we have the next generation coming. So, we have our own kids and other next generation of filmmakers and, persons who want to do any, whether it be screenwriting or producing. So we have to make sure that we put in the work and have a legacy. We have something where others can look at to say, this was really awesome work, and we can use some of the principles and use that as a pattern that we can apply to, that they can apply to, for greater success in this area.
Nice,
Hmm.
nice. And for future generation, you can look to Bloozick. They have the stuff there, and they're doing good work. It's true. So people are looking for these different arenas to get
Hmm.
education from and knowledge from, and you guys are out there. So you guys are also avenues that people can look to for inspiration and how you guys do your things. It's good.
Definitely, definitely.
It's,
Because recently, Arif was overseas with, he was at St. Croix, at two high schools where he was presenting filmmaking. I didn't make that trip, but I'm looking forward to going next year.
yes.
And the children, they were very receptive, and he talks a lot about it, the way those children saw another avenue, because a lot of times we give our children the few options of becoming doctor, lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and
Indian.
certain, exactly. But there are some things out there that are unorthodox, that they're not the everyday things that people look at. And that was a eye-opening experience for them to see that they can have a real career into script writing, and when they look at the financial aspect of it, and how many persons are really living, having making millions
Mm-hmm.
of dollars in these field,
Mm-hmm.
that was exciting for them too, because they thought that, I mean, this is, maybe a side job or something. And some people didn't know that it was also easy. It's not as hard to get into the film industry. The film industry. Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And it's good that that's out there also, and he's doing that because he catering to people now who are more geared to the arts
Yes.
than to just,
Yes.
doing the lawyer doctor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
artsy people out there, so that's
Exactly.
good that he's catering to those persons out there and
Mm-hmm.
creating these avenues. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Davine, tell us where
Mm-hmm.
we can find you and know more about Bloozick Entertainment, etc.
Okay, we you can find us at Bloozick
Mm-hmm.
and author Davine Butler. We Davine Butler on Facebook. So those any social media platform you
Any
put in
social.
Bloozick, Arif Butler, Davine Butler, and you can find us there.
Awesome, awesome. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you so much, Davine.
No problem.
I appreciate this, and as I said, this is an exciting topic for me. It's something I
Oh,
love.
it is. I love my two passions, as it relates to talking about love and relationships and talking about what I do as a creative. So these are my passions.
And we
So
share the same
anytime,
passions,
yes.
so that's
So you
good.
know that we have some work to do. Then we need to talk.
We do have these things in
Yes.
common, so that is
Yes.
awesome. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. So thank you again, Davine, and thank you to our
Okay.
listeners for listening to the Unfiltered by Jade, and we'll be back next week, Tuesday. Thank you.
Bam bam bide, bam bam bide.